Yep, I have lipstick in my hair. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just hide that for the time being. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I found this super grungy glam for Christmas. Feeding into this Christmas glam a little bit, but still keeping my grungy roots. This is for my little grunge babies who don't want to wear the classic red lip with the glam gold eye. This is for you guys. Of course, you don't have to wear it exactly like this. You can change it up whatever way you want. But if you want to see how I created this look, pick up my little tips and tricks on how to get this eye look, my lips, etc, etc, then just keep on watching. Since this is probably the most asked question on my Snapchat on a daily basis, let's show the pineapple, shall we? Like, this is a very big moment in my career. Okay, so pineapple, flip and snap. You have it here, have your bobble ready. You only use a thin one so that it doesn't like leave lumps and bumps in my hair. Pull it over like so, and then I grab the rest of the hair in my hand and twist, and voila, you're a pineapple. Just like that, you're a pineapple. Look at what's on my head right now. Like, honestly, I could knock someone out with this. Starting off, I've just primed my eyes using this Helene Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. If you follow Stacey Marie or Mitchell on Instagram, I'll leave them down below. They're insane, guys, insane. But they all use this base for their eyeshadows, and that's how their eyeshadow is so pigmented. So I was like, hello, I need this. It just comes in the one shade, I'm not sure, but I already put this on my eye before I did this, and it's completely dried down matte. So you do not need to set this primer at all. I am going to apply a little bit more just because, like I said, it has dried down, so I want to apply it as if it's brand new. So just bouncing that all over the eyes. You only need a tiny, teeny amount of it as well. So I'm going to be using the Jack & Hill palette. Taking this shade here, my xoxo SE203 brush. I did a review on these brushes already, kind of explaining and going through her new brush sets, etc. But the reason why I really like this brush is because it is a little bit smaller than like your generic blending brush, and because I have got smaller eyes or weird eyes to work on, I need brushes that are a little bit smaller, so this one is great. So like I said, I did not set the eye. This eyeshadow primer does dry down, mattify it, so there's absolutely no need to do that, but by not setting the eye, it's going to make your eyeshadows come up super pigmented. On this side, I basically just cut it with a baby wipe and some concealer. So to do that, you want to make sure that you bring the eyeshadows down too far down here so that we can cut them. If you don't bring them down far enough, you're gonna have nothing to cut, so just be aware. So how's everyone's Christmas so far? I know it's not Christmas yet, but like, it's been a bit mental, hasn't it? I'm so bad for last minute shopping. I wanted to do everything online this year and I forgot. I just forgot. What I noticed from this eyeshadow primer is that my eyeshadows are automatically going on so much more intense. It's amazing. I'm super impressed by it. Now obviously that is not blended properly, so what I like to do then is, where are you hiding? There you are. I'm going to go in with a small amount of this guy here on my Zoeva 224 brush. I love this brush for just blending the very edges of my eyeshadow. It's so soft, it just gives you a nice seamless blend. I won't let you down. I will not give you up. Some faith in the storm, the one good thing that I've got. I'm gonna go back in with the first shade and just build it up slightly again. Inglot 48 SS brush. I'm gonna take a mixture of this guy and this guy. Just pack that on the same way, just keep it closer to the lash line. Adding a little bit more warmth. Previous brush and just blend the edges. I always get so thrown off because when I look in the camera it looks terrible, but then whenever it's in person, like, it's so much more blended, so I'm like, which one's lying to me, which one? Then I'm just gonna switch up my palette. Where's it gone? Why do I lose everything? Like, I'm just going in between the Morphe 3502 and the Jack & Hill palette. And the xoxo SE202 brush, it's smaller than the Inglot one. It's a little bit more like thinner, so I like it. I'm gonna take a bit of Rich and Brunette, just mix them two, and again, I'm gonna really focus it onto that outer V, build up some depth. Sinking it right into that crease, just get right in there. These colors just melt together so easy, like I honestly don't even have to do anything. Taking a small 13P brush and the black from the 3502 palette, which is called Whiz which is the best black I've ever used in my life. I'm just making sure I take the tiniest amount of it, really push it into the brush. Do you see that straight off the bat? Like, you honestly would think I was like, I'll never get over this. Like, look how black that is. You honestly would swear I was putting on a gel liner right now. It just keeps going and blending and it's still so dark. So what I'm doing here is I'm really just kind of building up that outer corner, because as you can see I do have it super dark, but I'm just going to slightly pull the black up into the crease, just so whenever I've cut my crease, you're going to have that really nice defined black. Just taking a Buff and Blend BB02 brush. It's this tiny little bullet brush. Obviously that's not it blended, but I just want you to really see the shape that I'm going for, and then we're going to blend this out with our lighter browns that we already used. But yeah, once you're happy enough with the blend, then what we're going to do is go in and just cut the crease. To do so, I'm going to use what I always do, my Inglot 68 cream gel liner. Mix in a tiny smidge of Durline with it just to make it a little bit more liquidy. My Inglot lip brush, because it's so tiny and amazing for this. I know some people use concealer brushes, but they're just far too big for my eyeballs. Like, they literally cover my whole eyeball, so we're not doing that. You can see I've already kind of mapped out the shape in which I want to cut. But I'm just going to start from the inner corner and work my way out. Look straight ahead into the mirror, make sure they're as even as I can get them. With this brush, it's so easy to get like a super fine line, like easy peasy. I'm gonna square you. For the lid, I'm using this guy here from the Jaclyn Hill palette. It's one of my favorite colors. I love that type of like mossy green, basically. So you gotta make sure you just wet your brush. I'm disgusting, I know, but I don't care. We all do it. Don't lie to me. Making it wet just makes it apply a lot sheenier. By having the gel liner as a base though, it automatically is gonna make this come up intense, which is what I like. That's what I like. I'm gonna apply my gel liner. I'm using Inglot 77 gel liner, of course, mixed with a little smidge of Durline on my favorite liner brush, which is just the 42T from Inglot also. Once you're happy enough with your liner, we're just going to darken out this outer area. Again, just using a mixture of the black and dark brown. So can you see that I have literally no fallout here? I might have, okay, that's a lie. I have like a little tiny cloud here, but like no big bulky bits of fallout. That's how little eyeshadow I use. I cannot stress that enough. If you have a good base, which I must say I'm super impressed by this Keilidh. I'm so bad at pronouncing that. I'm so impressed by this primer. My eyeshadows have come out so pigmented and just intense. I'm taken back right now, but I'm really impressed by this. And you can see I don't use an awful lot of eyeshadow anyway. I don't get an awful lot of fallout, so for me not to use an awful lot of eyeshadow but still get this amount of colour payoff, that speaks for itself. You can see yourself that that's a really good eyeshadow primer right there. So to make this cut, you could leave it smoky like that if you want to and just connect the bottom to the top, but we're gonna go for a whack. Take a little bobby wipe and just wrap it around my nail, and starting from the inner corner, I'm just very lightly going to edge out my wings. What you want to do is just take any concealer on your flat concealer brush and just go right underneath that wing. This is just going to make your winged eyeshadow look so much more intense. It hides any of like the paleness peeking through, the real me peeking through. Yeah, it just kind of cleans up any mistakes if you have any. It makes it look sharper, neater, all that good stuff. This is my favorite type of wing to do as well. If you've been to any of my masterclasses and stuff like this, you'll know. But I much prefer doing this as opposed to wing liner, especially on myself, because I just find wing liner closes up everything. And by doing this, you can really see blend. You can really show off your blend. Like you can see it go from dark to light, as just really shows it off. Like if I was to throw a wing liner over this, you're basically covering everything you just spent half an hour blending. Like honestly. Once you're happy enough then with that, we're just going to move on to underneath. I'm going to dust that slightly underneath the eye. Bring it down quite far because your girl likes it, super smoker. Then taking the the Zoeva 225 brush and some of this deep green from the palette. Just gonna run that into the lash line. I'm just taking Inglots Co Pencil 01 and running that into my lash line. Then taking a xoxo SE205 bullet brush, mixing some of the green and the black. Just gonna blend the edges of that. Just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Then taking this shade from the palette here, just popping that into my inner corner. It's my favorite inner corner highlight ever. So blinding, so pretty. It's not too white either. It's more of like an off-white. Pop on some mascara and lashes. Lashes I'm wearing today are the xoxo Kendall. Absolute shock. So I already have my full face of makeup on, like my powder, bronzer and all that kind of crack. Nothing has changed. I swear to God, everything is all the same. I didn't want to bore you and put that into this video and make this video a mile long. So if you want to check that out, I have a full tutorials of it on my page already. I'll leave them linked down below. But yeah, the one thing I do want to try and show you is this Illamasqua highlighter. Hair is everywhere. I'm shedding like a dog. It's called Oh My God. I'm sure you've seen some people use this. It's the Illamasqua Beyond Powder. Oh my God. So whenever I first touched it, it was like really, it feels really like powdery and light. Like nearly chalky, if that makes sense, just by feeling it. But I know once I put it on my face, I'm gonna love it. So I have waited until I've finished my eyes to do this. I like to do that just in case I need to clean up anything underneath. I find if you have highlighter on, that's what makes it really messy. To apply this, I'm taking my xoxo SD303 brush like this because it's tapered, and we're just gonna apply that to the face. Woo. This is a gorgeous kind of champagne goldeny color off it. Oh wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, should I say. Whoosh. It's definitely not the most blinding highlight I've ever used straight off the bat, but it is very buildable. So if you're someone who doesn't like, you know, a highlighter that's just like wachow straight away on your face, then you're gonna love this. So that's the highlighter there. Gorgeous, like such a nice goldeny tone to it. I am going to spritz my face and then put on more because of me. Oh my mother of God, sweet divine Christ. I almost sprayed my face with this. I thought this was my Morphe setting spray. It's the Be Bold Tan. Imagine I just sprayed my face. Wow, I'm not okay with that. I can't believe that almost happened. Ooh. So once it's kind of half, oh what's that? Once it's kind of halfway dry, then I'm just gonna apply more. Oh yeah, no we're talking. Okay, so that highlighter is literally so buildable. I love the color of it. Like that tone of highlighter just makes me happy. I'm just gonna use a little bit of my bronzer just to blend all together again. This is the xoxo SF105 brush. I was obsessed with this brush when I first used it. It's a gorgeous bronzer brush, like it's huge. It actually kind of reminds me of, you know, the Tom Ford one. I've seen Jaclyn Hill using it, but this like Tom Ford big fluffy brush, that's what this actually reminds me of. And I'm sure it's probably like a quarter of the price. Moving on to lips, I want to stick with the whole Christmassy theme. But again, this is more of a grungy tutorial, so I want to go for like a bright red lip. I think it just would clash with what I've got on. So I'm actually going to be wearing my favorite dark lip combo. It's from Morphe. Okay, I'm so bad at pronouncing. I know I'm going to pronounce it. I think her name's Ofra Fazinelli on Instagram. I'll leave her here, but she's collabed with Morphe to create this vinyl lip kit, it's called. The lip liner is super dark, and then you have this really nice, it's like a reddy browny nude, if that makes sense. It still has like a really red appearance to it, so I thought this would be gorgeous. For those girls who maybe don't like wearing red lips, love wearing dark lips, this is honestly my favorite dark lip combo. A lot of the times if I wear like a really dark like purple lip or whatever, my lips look non-existent, like they just don't look there at all. It doesn't happen with this color because it is that little bit lighter. So you can see that lip colour in itself is quite dark. It is actually quite lighter. I was a bit thrown off by that whenever I first seen it, but I swear the combo is just insane. You can see I did fill in a good bit of the lip as well with the lip liner. I just find it helps the liquid lipstick last and it just blends better. It goes on like a gloss and then it's going to dry matte. I'm not a big dark lip person, like I wear photographs but then I take it off because I just don't feel comfortable wearing it. But honestly, this is the only dark lip I have found that I actually genuinely feel comfortable in and that I could wear out. Yeah, there's basically the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new and fun and different. This is for my little grunge babies out there who just don't want to do that basic glam, alright? I'm here for you. I got you. You can get through this. If you create this look or do a look inspired by this, then please do tag me in it on Instagram. I love seeing your guys' recreations. I'll leave all product details down below for you also. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you want me to film next. What do you guys want? Alright. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.